If you got married from the ages of 18 to 21, can you stitch this and let me know how it's going?
Got married at 21 and 22. Figured out I was a woman. How's marriage going?
I got a wife.
Hell yeah.
And these are exactly the kind of couples I love to see. People are just generally excited to be together. They're just chilling together. And they're basically best friends, but they're married because they love each other. And it's just great to see, and this is what I love seeing. Especially happy queer people. You know, hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some queer TikTok because I generally cannot remember the last time we did this. So we're doing it now. But either way, you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water or some tea or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll look at some TikToks. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go.
You can't just assume that someone is non-binary. You don't know this person. You know like this. Hey, you! What's your name? Your name is Silver? That means nothing. That's super cool. What are your pronouns, Silver? They, them. Wow, that's so cool. I can spot them from a mile away. I can smell them in their names.
Because sometimes you can literally just see. I feel like I can tell someone's queer. I can't always sniff out, if that's what we're going with, the exact flavor sometimes. Because sometimes it's hard to tell if someone's a butch lesbian, or if they're a trans dude just starting out in that transition, or if they're non-binary. I find it a little bit hard to tell sometimes. But usually you will just look at someone and you're just like, yeah, you're queer. I cannot tell you exactly what flavor, but I think you're queer. And for a while, no one believes you until that person eventually comes out and you're just like, are we still questioning my QueerTok? Are we still questioning it? Really? Okay then, but especially if your name is Silver. Silver is legit a cool name though. I'm not coming for it, that's just a cool name, but it is still a very dead giveaway that someone's non-binary.
I'm gay and living in the deep south, and I have found the best way to mitigate homophobia. Lean the fuck into it. You might be looking at me and be like, why would I lean into homophobia? What the fuck is wrong with you? Let me explain. One time I was working in an office and I had this coworker who was very obviously homophobic. He was a man that was raised in Texas. He would go on and on and on about how people who use pronouns are like a symbol of the Antichrist. Like, this guy was deep in it, okay? And his desk was next to mine for about a month. And one day I was writing an email to somebody and jokingly he said to me, he was like, you know what you should do? You should put your pronouns in your email signature because, you know, otherwise how would people know? And I looked at him and I was like, wow, you're so right. I mean, I didn't think that you were that woke, but yeah. I mean, I suppose people wouldn't know my pronouns unless I put it in there. I'll actually jot that down. And I changed my email signature right in front of him. And I saved it and I was like, you know, I feel like a lot of people would really benefit from this, especially because I'm talking to people outside of the company as my main job function. That way they know that we like care about them in this environment. That's a really big deal. And he just kind of looked at me and started to stutter because now I had put him in a really weird position. He either had to look at me and be like, no, I was being ironic, which would kind of make him look like an asshole in a professional environment. Or he could just be quiet and be too stunned to speak, which was the option that he chose. And I took it a step further. I was like, you know, maybe I should bring this up at our meeting next week. Like, I'll even give you credit for it. Like, I'll let everybody know that it was your idea. The look on this man's face. He never said a word about pronouns ever again. Or the alphabet mafia, as he lovingly liked to put it. He didn't know that I was gay. And sometimes I really appreciate the ability that I can be straight passing if I need to be, because it makes me the best undercover agent.
The best undercover agent. But legit, I would have paid to see that face. Because we all know these people. And we don't particularly like dealing with these people. But this is kind of a fun way to deal with them. Because especially if you do actually bring it up in that meeting. And it's like, oh yeah, this was actually Paul's idea. Paul's gonna pull that exact same face because he's like, oh god, now everyone thinks I'm gay, and he's gonna get so worried about it that people think he's woke and that he doesn't hate people for who they are. And that's somehow very dramatic for Paul. please tell me you actually brought it up at that meeting, and please tell me you actually gave credit to him. Whatever the dude's name is, I just called him Paul. I don't know why. Because maybe it's just the fact that I had Paul in my 10th grade class who was somehow way too good and loved doing a Nazi impression. And we're German, which didn't make it funnier, actually. He was way too good at it. Maybe that's why my head went to Paul. We'll never know, but please tell me there's a follow-up story.
I don't think that I dress impractically. I just think that I'm always prepared. It really is up to you to decide. Yeah, that's what 12 inches looks like.
Honestly, I really like... Wait, is it her or them? Because I think they came out as non-binary recently. I'm not sure. Either way, Mackie is just really cool. And honestly, these earrings are very practical. If you're like a seamstress, or if you need to measure like wood pieces or something, it's just practical. Besides, who decided, like, honestly, as long as your jewelry or your hair or makeup, well, how would your makeup even get in the way? But as long as those things don't get in the way of you doing your job properly, I don't see how it would be impractical or how it would be unprofessional. Because as long as you feel good and you're capable of doing your job, why would anyone care, really? Why are these people pressed about earrings?
Being a lesbian is so crazy because... Never mind, it's not crazy, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Tell him, babe.
You get really taken care of when she really loves you.
Mm-hmm.
When you treat your girlfriend right.
Crazy how when you love someone and you treat them right, they will treat you right. Wow, this is what a healthy relationship looks like. Just you're gonna say something funny, I guess. And by the way, yes, I am very aware this might be staged, but still, I do think that people who post something like this, sure, the actual TikTok might be staged, but just knowing that they have little moments like these with each other in their normal life is still very cute to see. And I will not hear any slander about it.
Oh, you can't support queer people because of your religious beliefs? Well, what if I told you that the leading cause of abortion is straight people? Looks like it's back to the drawing board for you.
But yeah, queer people don't tend to accidentally get pregnant. You know? Like, bisexual people, maybe. Trans people, maybe. But overall, I do think it's basically the straight people, not the queer people. So if you hate abortion so much, you know, you might want to think about it a bit. Because you can't be against abortions, but at the same time being against birth control. Because, honestly, preaching abstinence as the best way to, like, avoid pregnancies doesn't work, and you know it doesn't work. So why is that still the go-to?
You're not a boy and you're not a girl. You're exhausted. Please take a nap. You're scaring the host.
I am telling you, no matter how many times I watch this TikTok, it's never not funny to me, because I am always tired. I'm always exhausted. I always have bags under my eyes. You know, they're always there. They have been since I was a child. Apparently, I was always exhausted. I don't know. But listen, who cares about gender when you can just take a nap? You know, focusing on the important things, maybe.
To me, girl and cis are gender neutral. For years, bitches harmoniously existed under the laws of dude, bruh, bro being gender neutral. But now that the tides have shifted, people want to get mad. I've been talking with straight guys, and I'll be like, oh my god, girl, or cis, that's wild. And they'll be like, cis? Girl? I have hetero spiced cis flavored balls. How dare you? Bro, that chill. Is your masculinity that fragile? Is your cis PP made of wax? For years, the societal rule was that dude and bruh, bro, whatever, we're gender neutral. And we all took that shit like sports and champs because it wasn't hostile, it was friendly. The same way that shit was friendly, girl and cis are slang just like that. They're friendly. A few years ago, a story was circulating on here that a girl called MGK cis, and he got mad and blocked her. That's not a masculine response, that's insecurity. If a person feels comfortable enough with you to use a term of endearment, cis, that's a compliment. Throw your ass in a biblically accurate circle and keep it moving. I'd also like to introduce a non-gendered term of endearment, sib, short for sibling. Or you can use fam that's existed for years. Still, cis should not make your ball skin contract and start making non-Euclidean abstract shapes out of anger. Girl is not an attack on your masculinity. Friendship and camaraderie should not scare people. It's part of the human experience, so as a fellow human, if I cis or girl you, dude, girl, cis, bruh, fam, cuz, sib, bro me back and let's go eat chips.
Again, focusing on the important things. Eating chips. Because why not? Honestly, I don't get it. Because I've known people who are like, okay, I don't feel comfortable with you calling me dude. And then you don't call them dude. You find some other term of endearment. But having this whole fit about it and just be like, I'm not a girl, don't call me cis. That's ridiculous. If you just say, hey, I don't feel comfortable using that, then people won't. And if they do, they're kind of rude. But listen, it's not that deep. Usually it's not that deep. You know, why are you offended that someone feels close to you? What? I don't really get it.
Everyone stop what you're doing. There's an asexual one now.
So now I'm in your bed and I'm in my head.
I've literally done videos about this.
I feel like this one is very common. Like, when people are like, oh my god, that actor is so hot, I would legit let him do all these things to me, or you don't even know what I'd let him do to me. We all know those people saying it. Say about like singers or whatever it is. We've all know those people, and I always kind of thought people are exaggerating. Because I'm like, well, okay, yeah, maybe you would like sleep with him. Maybe, sure, whatever, if that's what you think. If that's what you're saying, I believe you. But I always thought they were exaggerating because they were like talking about a lot, and yeah. It turns out people aren't exaggerating. They really, really think about sex as much as they do, or as much as they say they do, or to them it's so important. And you're just saying that like, no, that kind of seems fake because you can't relate. And it's not necessarily that you don't believe them, because honestly, as a queer person, it gets very, very tired very quickly, people not believing you feel the way you do, so you try not to do that to other people. But it still kind of seems fake because it's so far from your own experience that you're like, wait, really? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of us. Just a lot of us. I mean, I guess that's why it's a stereotype, because it's true for a lot of aro people, ace people. Oh, well.
I lied. I lied in one of my recent videos. I said that the hardest part of dating a woman is that I want to talk about her all the time, and I bring her up in every single conversation, even if it's not relevant and if it's not helpful. I lied. Because you know what the actual hardest thing about dating a woman is? The fact that I'm literally... Listen, I'm not codependent. I'm not. I live my life. She's not here right now. I'm keeping the tears inside. But it's the fact that I know if she was here, it would just be better. It would just be better. It's hard to have a 10 out of 10 day when she's not here. I'm having a 9 out of 10 day, but she just puts it over the edge. She adds that 110%. I can do things and be happy and be productive, but in the back of my brain,
I'm like, you know what? This is almost a perfect day. It could be a perfect day if she was here, but also I am less productive when she's around. Because I just want to cuddle and nap and watch Gilmore Girls. I'm watching it for the first time. We're on season 5. Really good.
Again, I kind of feel like from the outside, it's kind of hard to tell where the line of you just love each other so much and codependent is. But honestly, we're just gonna believe you and know that you're not codependent, that you're just really in love with each other. And that's why you want to spend time with your partner. Of course you want to spend time with your partner. Like, I feel like the straight lore of I hate my partner and they're so annoying and all they do is talk or nag me is so normalized, but so annoying that people find it kind of weird when people love spending time with their partner and they're just like, okay, we just spent like every day together for the past 2 weeks and now we have to go back to work, so I miss them. And people somehow think that's weird. But personally, wanting to spend time with your partner and just like feeling happier when you're with them, shouldn't that be more normal than hating your partner? Anyways.
My absolute favorite way to respond to people being transphobic to me in person is to pretend like I have no idea what they're talking about or what being trans is. I live in a pretty small town. If I wear something out like this, most people won't say anything, but you have the occasional person who's like, you could never be a woman. You know what I do? What are you talking about? And then they have to explain, usually by pointing out the colors of the item I'm wearing. And in that case, these are just my favorite colors. What the fuck are you talking about? And they love to follow up with this. Are you okay? Do you need me to call somebody for you? Gags them every time, and they have nothing else to say. Get help, bitch.
This, honestly, just like putting them on the spot, same with like misogynistic jokes or something, when you just like pretend to just really not understand what they're talking about. It's like, wait, what do you mean? Like, why are you laughing at? Why are you saying it? Like, I don't get it. And then just like having to explain, because they'll be so confused by it that they have to explain. Because I think they're just used to you laughing along because you're uncomfortable or just like trying to get out of the conversation in some other way. That they'll just be super confused if they have to explain. Honestly, I'm here for it. Go nuts. My personal favorite that I just always do, because it's somehow like when people just like casually misgender me, like when I'm like, I went to a restaurant with my sister and the waiter was like, hey girls, what do you want to order? Or like, are you ready to order? I don't know. And in those cases, I don't really care and I don't correct them. But it just, in bathrooms, I don't know what it is with cis men, especially like old cis men and bathrooms, because I'm just standing there washing my hands. Maybe that's why they're so weird about it, because they're like, wait, you're washing your hands with soap, not just making them wet and then going. That's strange. That's weird. I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm just standing there, chilling, washing my hands. And they'll either just like go outside and look at the sign and then make a weird comment, or they just like straight up go, I thought I was in the wrong bathroom. It was like, bro, I know which bathroom I'm in. I know which bathroom I'm in. And just try to make my voice as low as I could possibly make it. You know, because then they're just like, oh wait, what? Oh. And it's so funny because that look is always already like peak entertainment. But honestly, having them explain it might be better.
I'm such a good feminist that I was a woman for the first 21 years of my life just so that I could understand your guys' struggle. #ally. I don't know where it came from, but kind of the belief that some cisheads have that trans men are just so misogynistic that they couldn't stand to be women anymore, and that's why they're transitioning, because they're like, no, being a man is just better, so I'm gonna choose to identify as a man and choose to transition because I don't want to be a woman anymore, because because whatever. Honestly, people who say that are usually just so misogynistic themselves that they believe being a woman is awful, or, where trans men, they know that women are treated differently. They probably know better than anyone because they're being treated like a woman for most of their life. And then these dudes are suddenly treated like men when they're passing. And then they know how weirdly people treat women. From a first-hand experience, because if you're a woman, you already know. You look at how these people treat men, and then you look at how they treat you. You also know. I'm not even saying it, but yeah. Why are people weird? Like, where did it come from that trans men are just misogynistic? I don't get it. I really don't.
Hi, I'm Elle. My pronouns are they, she.
Stay away from my kids, you groomer.
Oh, you have kids?
Sure do. Biological boy and girl.
Let me guess. When you found out you were having a boy, you went out and bought him a football and a G.I. Joe. But when you heard it was a girl, you got her a Barbie and a kitchen set.
Wait, I actually did, but...
You dress your son in dark colors because he's your little ladies' man, and you dress your daughter in bright colors so she looks pretty, but she can never date because boys can't be trusted.
Okay, how did you know that?
You take them to church every Sunday so they can learn good Christian moral values, but the minute they question them, you tell them they'll burn for all of eternity.
Well, that is just a fact.
You keep them from books, movies, anything that displays any human experience other than the one that you have chosen for them, but you're accusing me of grooming just for existing? Look, I am fighting for a world where we do not have to come out of the closet that you have groomed us into just because you want everyone to be like you or the person that you yourself have been groomed to be. Well, honey, you are wasting your energy because I turned that closet into a chrysalis and came out stronger and prettier than you will ever be.
Shut up, you pedophile!
Oh, sweetie, I'm trans, not a priest.
Exactly. I feel like the other person, like the transphobe, wouldn't have been so calm. These people don't stay calm. They get so angry and pissed. But still, this is kind of the gist of it. Honestly, trans people or queer people in general aren't going around grooming kids and telling them they have to be queer or have to be trans or have to act this way. And oh boy, you better put on those heels and become a drag queen. No one's doing it. They're like, oh, you're interested in drag? Okay, sure. Like, want me to do your makeup? Want me to do your nails? Whatever. Sure. In a supportive way. They're not going around gonna force every boy to, like, either transition or just, like, become a drag queen or act super flamboyant. Because queer people don't really care. We don't care if you're queer or if you're, like, the straightest acting person alive and just going out, drinking beer and fishing with the boys. We don't care. As long as you're not hurting anyone else and as long as you're doing what feels right for you, we actually don't care. Same with kids. I couldn't care less. And honestly, queer people in general, we couldn't care less if your daughter plays with dolls or with toy cars. As long as she enjoys what she's playing with, who cares, actually?
To all the straight girls that I hooked up with in college, you were right, you are straight. I'm a guy. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion. I feel like a lot of people have moments like these where they hooked up with someone and they're just like, wait, I shouldn't be attracted to you because I'm not usually attracted to women. And they're just like, oh yeah, I'm a trans guy, actually, a few years down the line. So many people are just like pre-ordering, because even though you don't even know you're trans yourself, there's still some of that energy about you. And some of these people are all just like pre-ordering. They're just like, I don't know why I'm attracted to you and want to sleep with you, but I am. And then just like, oh, because you're actually a guy. Okay. Okay, good. Honestly, love to see it.
Get fucking wrecked.
Honestly, this might also just be an idea because they legitimately can't tell. They're just like, you will never be a real man. I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually a trans woman. And it's like, oh, you'll never be a real woman. You'll always be a man. And they're just like, I know. Honestly, it will definitely work.
it will definitely work. Come on, let's not even kid ourselves.
Lesbian girl math is that if you have been apart from each other for a week, then that is technically a month. Also, if you've been dating for a week, that is also a month. Furthermore, if she is in another room, she's basically in another building and you are entitled to miss her. And if you're in the same room but you guys aren't touching, then she's basically in a different room. 1 hour on the phone is just 10 minutes. A quickie is an hour, unless you really put your back into it, and then it can be half an hour, but an hour on average. And lastly, you have twice as many clothes, but half as many beauty products, hair care products, all of that. So you win some, you lose some.
I guess I'm not lesbian, I can't confirm or deny, but that kind of checks out, you know? Because as much as some of these are also just like stereotypes of queer people just like moving faster in relationships, honestly, some stereotypes are just true.
Okay, you know how straight people will see the most lesbian sapphic thing that two women can do and still be convinced that those two women are straight? I've compiled a list of really gay things that I have done and people still thought I was straight, and honestly, it's hilarious. So on multiple occasions, I would post photos of my girlfriend and I in like my stories of us like holding hands, like being cute. And people would reply and be like, oh my God, bestie goals. Like you guys are such cute friends. And I'm like, friends? What part of this looks like friendship? One time I said that my celebrity crush was Shay Mitchell. And these girls were like, oh my God, same, like girl crush. And I'm like, I said my celebrity crush. I didn't say girl crush. I have an actual crush on this woman. She's beautiful. So for one of my birthdays, I had a rainbow cake, like a very rainbow cake. And I posted a photo of me with the cake with the caption, something like the perfect cake to describe me or the perfect cake for my personality, something like that. And nobody picked up on that. Like genuinely, how much louder do I need to be? A rainbow cake. When I say rainbows, describe my personality. Straight people are so oblivious. I would always talk about LGBTQ legislation or like legislation trying to take away our rights. And I would always say, they're trying to take away our rights. Our rights. I am included in our. And people were like, oh my God, you're such a good ally. I truly do not get it. One time I did post a photo of me kissing my girlfriend. Actually, no, I think she was kissing me. And people thought we were just best friends. I'm so serious. People thought we were friends when I posted a photo of my girlfriend kissing me. Anyway, so yeah, straight people are just so oblivious. They can't see queerness when it's right in front of their faces.
Honestly, with lesbians, yeah. Because I feel like for gay men, it's probably like quite the opposite, or like men in general. As soon as they do anything that isn't extremely masculine, they're gonna be seen as gay. And honestly, both of these just suck. You know, because yeah, technically holding hands or kissing someone doesn't make you gay. And you can do those things with friends. But yeah, mostly people who post pictures with them and another person like kissing, even if it's like on the cheek or something, usually these people will be dating. You know? And rainbow cakes. I'm not sure I've ever seen a straight person with a rainbow cake and then posting it like, haha, this is me. Because sure, there are straight people like, oh my God, this cake is so pretty. I love this cake. But I don't think they're going to post it and be like, this is me. This describes me so well. Because they know. So you get either the straight people who are totally oblivious or the one that are super hateful and will fly towards anything that might remotely be queer, like someone with colorful hair. Just be like, no, you're gay, you're going to hell. And this person's just like, bro, I just like colorful hair. What? I'm not sure which. Well, actually, the super hateful ones I was, aren't they? Oh, well.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I thought I was like, say, what? How that?
Yeah, I mean, there we go. Because
it is kind of about the intention. Because they're not being like, okay, you're a girl. They're just being like, oh, girl, let me tell you about what happened to me. Because again, they're just using it as a term of endearment. But yeah, I can honestly understand, especially as a trans person, if it might make you uncomfortable at first. But then you realize, oh wait, you weren't calling me girl. Okay, no, keep going, sis. It's fine. You know, yeah.
But if you're both women, then who wears the pants in the relationship? She does, okay? Because I can't even keep mine on when she's around me.
But again, I hate this question, but honestly, if you give this as a serious response when someone asks you this question, trying to be all funny, they're gonna be so weirded out and just leave. Because as much as these people like asking trans people how they have sex, if you're actually just brutally honest or say anything, they're gonna be super weirded out by it. So honestly, this is a good response.
What the fuck is this kid doing?
The voices!
Listen, you do whatever the voices tell you to do. You just do it. Especially if that's your job. If you literally cut hair and that's your job. Doing it is probably even more tempting because if you don't know what you're doing, and you might still kind of be worried you're gonna mess it up to some extent, yeah. Either cutting it or dyeing it. I feel like dyeing it might be easier, so that's probably more the go-to for a lot of people. Oh well. Honestly, I kind of wish it was only before top surgery. I don't know if, because I started growing boobs quite early in like 2nd grade, that maybe my posture's just been so fucked of just like being so hunched over all the time. And, you know, that maybe that's why my posture is just bad now. And just because I don't have boobs anymore doesn't immediately fix my posture. I don't know if it's just because I've been doing it for years or if I just generally will always have bad posture. I don't know. But my back doesn't hurt, so I'm not complaining yet. Either way, that, yeah, just hunching over and literally just like this move. You're not doing it because you're hot. You're doing it to fix your shirt, you know. This might be one of the things that 99.9% of trans guys will do. Either way, that's all the TikToks for today. I hope you enjoyed them, because I did. I love doing queer TikToks. It's always funny, and even though I might not personally be able to relate to all of them, honestly, seeing queer people enjoy their lives is good enough for me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you're hydrated, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.